for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The #1 midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Big D Energy.
Big D! Yeah. I mean, holy cow. I guess it's midnight's over, and the slipper turns into the pumpkin, right?
More on that later,
More
Mr.
on that
McCarty.
later.
More on that later. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, four-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty, back in the throne. We got KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
Not the Vikings.
Not the Vikings. Not Sam Darnold. Not Jayden.
Yeah. Sorry what they did last
I already
night.
got tone.
Oh, there's Tone.
Sorry.
Yeah, Mike Willett in the chat. Spencer Raxter, what's really good?
Hello.
All right.
Adjust your frequencies because the tone is right where it should be.
No,
Yes, sir.
absolutely. We're going to get into this. All right, here's how this is going to work, everybody. What?
No, just get your shit off.
What?
I mean, my boy is ISO.
Ball. Ball.
I got you.
No, we're going to get into it. Dante 151. Hey, jump into the chat hey, real quick too, I wanted to say this. We had over 10,000 people watching the show yesterday.
Wow.
Just the show, 10,000. So I, as always, I want to say thank you guys. Thank you, Detroit sports fans. You guys know where it's good. And D-Mac, more importantly than that, I want to thank the Minnesota fans and thank the Washington fans. Apparently, we got a ton of new fans here watching from Washington, D.C. Welcome, everybody. How's that traffic?
Now, do you have to adjust?
Me? No.
No, I mean, just adjust from speaking to the Viking fan to the Washington fan. Isn't there
a little
an
bit.
age?
A
Is there
little
a little bit of an
It's not
age
the same.
difference?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Like we
Vikings
weren't
fans,
sure
yes.
whether the Washington fans had social media.
They
that's
do.
somebody-
It's more Facebook based, but
Yeah,
true.
Somebody mentioned that. Somebody
They
mentioned, do we have a MySpace here at Woodward Sports?
They have some decorum as well. So I
They do.
respect to the Washington fans.
Yeah, they're not in here talking crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. And I like Jayden Daniels a lot.
Time out, man. It's like this Washington football team has carried D-Mac to his second, or not consecutive, but second.
Two of three.
2 of 3.
Yep.
Feldman.
Pigskin Pick'em Cup
I would
champion.
say that I
Nice.
pick Washington as much
Every
as I
week
pick
coming down the stretch.
Buffalo and Detroit. Absolutely.
I would text I let everybody in. I would text D-Mac on Wednesday. Hey man, need the picks. Lions, Commanders, usually Buffalo.
Usually Buffalo.
Usually Buffalo.
Yeah.
Depending on what it was. And
Pretty good formula.
so this is a legit team. You know,
Yeah, no doubt.
absolutely respect. And I think the fan base, what'd you say, decorum?
Yeah.
That's a great
It's a great word.
Kenny.
Jump into that Woodward Sports chat, by the way. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We just crossed 77,000 subscribers. Every week, it's like 1,000. Every day, it's like 1,000 more.
Like a fungus we growing.
You can, and look, I interact with the chat. This is the most interactive show in Detroit sports talk. It just is. I interact with the chat all the time. If you want to skip the line, drop a super chat in there. Whatever color you want to do, drop it in there like Dante 151. Let the fans watch Neil destroy the Vikings again. Now, Spenny, I was told you don't talk about old stuff.
Yep, don't bring up old shit.
But today we are
We're spinning the block today.
We are spinning the block. All right, couple things. Number one, there's a link in the chat to my daughter's Girl Scout cookie order form. If you want, look, I'll be real with it. All right, I keep it 100 with everybody. She really likes Girl Scouts, which is kind of cool.
Right.
So they take the money from the Girl Scout cookies that they sell and they use it to do their activities. Kind of like field trips, I guess, more or less. They get their little badges and everything. She likes doing it. So the moral of the story is this. There's a link there. You can order them. You can get them delivered to your house. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. Shipping's kind of pricey. It's like $12 or something like that. But you know you love them.
Oh, man.
That's a small price to pay for 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Tag-alongs, boys,
favorite
stop
Girl
it.
Scout cookie. Tag-alongs over here.
Yeah,
Samoas.
tag-alongs.
Samoas.
Yeah. Samoas are good.
Yeah,
but
Samoas
I'm
are
a tag-along
good.
guy.
Nice.
What that s'mores one they got.
The s'mores ones are good.
The cookie's trash, but the filling is elite.
And just the peanut butter ones are good too.
Yeah.
Tag-alongs.
It's just rock solid.
Yeah.
As Spenny and I were talking, and low key, they got the kids out there pushing the product
They
for
are
them.
the best drug dealers on the planet.
Facts.
But Girl Scout cookies are Blue Magic.
They are Blue Magic.
It's a brand name.
Dude, I thought. Did you hear? I don't know, last few years, and I know that they got away from it, but post up outside the dispensaries.
Smart.
I mean,
That is
that's
so
Yeah.
I'll have Liliana call old Uncle
you can go
D-Mac.
get your Girl Scout.
This is right
flower
outside of
and your
Jar.
Girl Scout cookie.
D-Mac will say, Liliana, bring a semi.
That's it. Pull up on it.
Gonna make some money.
No, but I
today.
think I think that to not fly by is that and that's to any parent or whatever, when you find something that your kids like or your passion,
Yeah, I'll support it.
And then it's like we spread it to your friends and anybody who wants to support. If that's something you do, fine. This ain't a do it or don't. It's just an option.
It's an
I
option
like to
for
present
you.
options here on Big D Energy.
No, that's it. And I appreciate Spenny putting the link up and stuff like that. And it's fun. But yeah, like I said, shipping's like $12 or something like that. Like for real, if you're
worth
getting.
it.
But hey, all you got to do is push a couple buttons,
Yep.
and then a few days later they show up on your porch,
Well,
man.
think if you
What
got-
a time to be alive!
Think if you got 12 of them, it's only $1 each. If you
There
got
you go,
24 of them, it's
T-Mac,
50
yeah.
cents. I mean, do the math. folks.
Absolutely. Skydog 722. Neil, tagalongs rock. No, they certainly do. All right, Spenny, this is a great segue. You know how I say I like to let the audience program the show?
Yeah.
Big Cuz in the chat. Samoa's equal Cade Cunningham. Before we get into everything, Spencer Raxter requested 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Spencer Raxter,
Get
you
your
have the
shit
clock.
off, please.
I was called a madman.
A crazy
I
person.
was called a crazy person when I said who Cade Cunningham is, and that is the best Detroit Pistons player since Isaiah Thomas. This man is the most talented player this franchise has seen since Isaiah Thomas, and we are done with All-Star. I'm done with All-Star. All-Star is a given. He is going to be an All-Star. He is the best point guard in the Eastern Conference. We are done with All-NBA.
Tell him, Spenny.
He is going to be All-NBA. He is one of the 15 best players in the league.
He better be all.
We're talking first team All-NBA. We're talking MVP consideration. What this man is doing hasn't been done in Detroit in years. You look at this right here. Over his last 6 games, he's at 29.2 points per game, almost 8 assists, 52, 44, and 81 splits, plus 74 plus minus, and he's got a 5-1 record. This man, Cade Cunningham, is entering best ball player in Detroit. He is entering Scooble, Amon-Ra, Jared Goff, Penei Sewell conversations. Cade Cunningham is putting this league, he is putting this town on notice. He was the #1 pick in the league for a fucking reason. This guy is a dog. You put him out there with actual NBA players and a competent head coach, and you see what he's doing. He is tearing up this league. Cade Cunningham, show respect to him now. This man is a dog. This man is one of the 5 best players in the league right now. Right now. You take away his Robin in Jayden Ivey. He's playing Luka ball out there, and they're winning games. Do you know how hard it is to do what he's doing on the usage rate he's doing, in the efficiency numbers that he's doing it in? Cade Cunningham is one of the best players in the NBA, and you got to recognize, you got to start paying attention to this man.
Facts. I mean, absolute facts. And D-Mac, that's the thing. He's putting a city on his back, right? A franchise on his back. And it's equal. It's vibes of Isaiah. It's equal. You know what it's like, D-Mac? And you were there, so you comment.
I know exactly what it's like. Do you want me to let you know? Like
Yes.
when Steve Eisman went down my rookie year and you had the Sergei Fedorov.
That's where I was going with
out
it.
party to... and that was the MVP season, but that was sort of the welcome to the league when he had to put the team on his back and be the best player. Now he's getting support here and there, but he's showing his leadership. How old is he, Spenny?
He is 22 or 23, I believe.
Like this is the beginning, and what you said, I know, like 6 games at that uber elite level, but it's the consistency to what he's done and who he's gone through. So you don't see him letting up. You see this maturity that Spenny, and I've sat here with you just, where you've planted your flag along with Kirby Joseph and stuff like this. So Yeah, the success to the Pistons, and so then it goes down to the coach, the JB Bickerstaff, to get, because what I see is Cade has embraced what he's had to be. Now, Neil, you've always talked about his maturity from back covering him even in college and stuff like this, and I always said, this is a young father. He's showing his maturity and stuff like this. Now he's just showing his flat out, like you're talking about, who's playing better than him right now in the NBA.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
With that cast.
Yeah.
So
That's
there
about
you go.
it.
Maybe
you
that's
name
it.
one guy.
That's about it.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
I
but he
think
gets
what was
14
more
foul shots a game.
What was more poignant to me is what you said for the diehard basketball fan, is that Luka ball.
Yeah.
Like he literally he's doing what.
These are the names, D-Mac. Like these are the names that are his contemporaries
absolutely,
now.
but the way that he carries that Dallas team is that's what Cade's doing here.
No, absolutely right. Jason Kenyon in the chat. I don't eat sweets, so use this for a little at the studio. Give this donation to your daughter. Rocking the BTA shirt already. Came in Saturday in Oklahoma. Jason, that's awesome, man.
Shout
Thank
out.
you. And yeah,
Shout
like
out.
again, just she's passionate about it. She likes the Girl Scouts, man. So I want to support it. Ken James in the chat. Washington. Okay, Buster.
Cancun.
Come on, man. Making Kens look bad.
DNC ENT, really, Spenny? Because you called me a madman when I said he's a top 3 point guard in the NBA. Cade's the second best player in this city behind Panay. Hey, you guys got to the same exit.
As of
That's all
right
that
now,
matters.
Tarek Skubal is still a better player than Cade Cunningham in this city. I'm not putting Cade over him yet.
Yeah.
I would put Cade top 5 athletes in this city right now. But Tarek Skubal just won the Cy Young Triple Crown.
Yeah.
I'm not putting Cade over him yet.
Justin from North Carolina, cookies are ordered. Thank you. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Also, too, in the chat, Chuck Brewer, his ceiling is much higher than Lucas.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But D-Mac, do you see what it feels? My gut
Because he
says
dedicates to the game. Like you say it
That's
all the
it.
time about Tom Brady compared to Aaron Rodgers. Cade Cunningham dedicates himself to the game. Luka doesn't. Luka's fat. Like, Cade Cunningham will never be fat. Like, Luka does. This guy, Cade Cunningham, bro. You guys talk about you don't watch the NBA because it's foul baiting and jacking up threes. Go watch Cade Cunningham play basketball. This man is an elite 3-level scorer.
Never
Tough
gets a
moves,
whistle.
Never gets the whistle. Tough moves, getting to the bucket, tough finishes, mid-range money. His pull-up game from 3 has been insane this year. And you look at what he's doing at the rim, finishing through contact, putting people in the basket. Yammed on Karl Anthony Towns last night. Get the fuck out of here with that soft shit, cat. You guys know Knicks are my second team. Fuck the Knicks. Cade Cunningham went out there and put New York on watch.
I love to hear
2-0 in Madison Square Garden. Pistons run New York, son. Go give me a chopped cheese. The Aki way.
Right. Shout out Aki, man.
That was elite.
But listen, that is the trajectory of superstars. You have to go perform in the Garden. And Cade, the last 2 times he's been in the Garden, has showed out.
But D-Mac, even me, who from his college days was one of the few that got to cover him in college, and we played there.
You
could see it.
You could see
guy.
it. Yeah, I was trying to tell people, like, this guy is a legit player in the NBA and will help a franchise win. But in and above that, Spenny, you brought up a great point about the body. That was a thing that stuck out to me. It was like LeBron. When I saw LeBron when he was 18, I was like, bro, look at that body.
Yeah.
There's no way this doesn't work. Cade was the same story.
The
shoulders, man. His number was stretched out across his back. And you said it. He dedicates his body to the game. Like that can't go understated. He's in it. He's all in.
Yep.
He's all in for the city. He's all in for the team. He's all in. And D-Mac, even me, who said this about him, when Spenny brings up like Luka, my instinct is to fight that, right? Because that's what we're trained that way. No, not Luka. Yes. Luka,
Yes,
D-Mac.
Luka.
It's almost uncomfortable to think, but then you got to get past your emotion and look at reality.
No, I think it's the consistency of it, right? Like you'd always said, I remember when you talked about Cade, is that he made everybody around him better, and you see that with this team. Now you see him taking the ball and stepping up and going, I'm the alpha. All right, boys. Like he knows it, and he just goes out and he does it. And that's the thing, Spenny, too, right? This is as hard, I got to believe, that it's going to be on him right? Because he's eventually got to get the calls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, as the league, like I said the other day, as the league gives him more recognition, hopefully he will start getting elite player calls.
Yeah.
He doesn't get them now. But like you said, the beauty about him, too, is what do you need me to do? Right? Oh, guys
and he's willing.
That's it. That's why he's elite. Like, it's the comfortability. I think what I've seen is this, like you said, the analogy to Sergey. I remember when Stevie got hurt and it was sort of like put on Sergey's back, but it was like him relishing the opportunity and getting going and knowing, okay, guys, I got this. Let's go. And it was like a whole nother level, but responsibility of, I got this, I got you guys. And that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Dante in the super chat, yellow super chat. This needs to happen today on RIP Tuesday. Also, Cade for MVP. Funny how the only close NFL game was Commanders-Buccaneers. Everything else was trash. Can the Pistons please extend Beasley?
Thank you.
Now.
Shout out
I've been
Beasley.
screaming that.
And real quick, before we get off the Cade and Luka stuff, the one thing that Cade Cunningham does outside of not be fat that Luka Doncic will never do is defend. Cade Cunningham is a top-tier perimeter defender in the NBA. Luka Doncic will never be that ever. Cade Cunningham blocks shots around the rim. Luka Doncic will never do that ever. Like, he is a good, almost just as good of a defender as he is an offensive player. This man, I've talked about it before. Next year, the Pistons will have a top 3 trio of wing defenders in the NBA when you look at Asar Thompson, Cade Cunningham, and Ron Holland. They'll be up there. I believe it'll be New York, it'll be Minnesota, and it'll be Detroit. And then you could throw OKC in there as well with J-Dub and Shea and Dort. But I just think that what he does on both sides of the ball, what he does from a leadership perspective, what he does without getting the foul calls that you see these stars getting. Like, look at Jalen Brunson last night, man. Just flopping at any time, any baiting fouls. Cade doesn't do that. He puts his head down. He gets buckets.
Yep.
100%.
He's coming down the court with scratches all over his arms, not getting called. Man's a dog.
Absolutely. Real quick super chat by Lone Wolf 21. Thank you guys at Woodward Sports. You guys had very good tone today against the Vikings. I was told they were good, but turns out they're frauds. Go Lions. Lone Wolf, we were told the same thing. We were told the exact same thing, and you hate to see it. All right, we'll take the first break. When we come back, some Lions Commander stuff. We're going to touch on the Vikings game last night.
Got to.
Get your shit off, Neil.
Caesar Sportsbook, everybody. Hey, if you were smart, you bet against the Vikings yesterday and the week before, and guess what? You won. But if you did lose, like if you scanned the QR code on the screen and you made your first deposit with the promo code Woodward1000, and then you made your first bet, like say you bet on the Vikings all the way up to $1,000, well, you know you lost. But Caesar Sportsbook would credit you that first bet back to you as a free bonus bet. Because A, they probably felt sorry for you for betting on the Vikings, but B, it's what they do at Caesar's Sportsbook. So again, use a promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit, then make your first bet all the way up to $1,000. If that first bet loses, you will get it back as a free bonus bet. There's nothing to lose there, guys. You see what I'm saying? Again, Caesar Sportsbook, one of the OGs in the sports betting game. The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. There's no glitching. The lives are tight. And guys, there's all kinds of betting markets out there. Cook up them parlays, get to work. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here every Tuesday during Big D Energy. You'll be in here at 12:15 today?
Probably around there.
Right,
Yep.
so listen here, or if you miss from Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Tev Sauce with the super chat. I was told Kevin O'Connell was coach of the year and Darnold was better than golf. Was I lied to?
Yes.
Tev Sauce, I think we need to come to grips, and I know it's hard. Pause. And I know that it's difficult. I know that it's difficult because we put trust in people in what they tell us. But Tev Sauce, you, I, everybody here at Woodward, the nation en masse was lied to by Minnesota Vikings fans. We were all lied to, and I know it hurts. I know it hurts when we place our trust into people and what they say for them to deceive us. But the Minnesota Vikings fans deceived us.
They lied about the quarterback.
They lied
about the head coach.
They lied about all of them. And in the end, you saw it. And D-Mac, an entire season of schedule merchant wins and fraudulent activity finally was uncovered. In the space of 8 days, we have ridded ourselves of that low-down, dirty scam that was the Minnesota Vikings. And D-Mac, all this time that their fans were pounding the table and yelling in our chat and attacking me on social media, attacking my friends, even Sean Belician on social media. And Sean said, what did I do? He had to pay for my sins.
Guilty by association. I'm
Guilty
very
by
familiar with that
association.
one.
But D-Mac, in the end, we were lied to. The Minnesota Vikings are fraudulent. And I know that your little fantasy drafts and everything tell you that Justin Jefferson's this god, right? He's looked regular as hell the last couple weeks. And that's been a theme with him, by the way. You go back to, that Giants playoff game where they lost to Daniel Jones. He didn't even have 50 yards receiving that day either. Lots of shots of him pouting on the sidelines. Amon-Ra would never. Amon-Ra would never. So the bottom line is this, Vikings. And Vikings fans, I hope you learned your lesson. So next year, well, it won't happen next year because you guys will have a real schedule. But if it does happen next year, please don't fall for it. I'll take the responsibility for this one. I got broad shoulders. I can handle it. But if you fall for it again next year, Vikings fans, that's on you and I can't help you.
Where are you at? Like put yourself, don't you like to empathize and put yourself in the position? If you are one of those, if you're a Viking fan, right, go back to before the Lions game, before these last 2 games. Where are you before that and where are you now? Because the whole thing is, if I'm looking in the mirror as a Viking fan, there are so many questions, and it's we overachieved and stuff, and it was a cute story, but moving forward, you're not at that elite level. I mean, the NFC is more of, what the SEC turned out to be, where I think more Green Bay and more Minnesota are fraudulent to what their record was or where they finished, or how we always heard, the NFC, the toughest division. Now we're the alphas of this division. We have to go and prove that. It got me thinking too, Neil. You know what it comes down to? You always mention this, and I think it gets lost in the sauce. Strength of schedule. The schedule you play during the season with the games that are easier for a non-winning team, and at the top of the league, the tougher. But those are the games that sort of prepare you for now, because you weren't prepared. I mean, you had no chance. Sam Darnold didn't get his
no shot.
He didn't, but he didn't get that deer in the headlights look. Like you'd think, can he bounce back? I mean, it's just sort of like embarrassing. But I think that coming off of the last two games, you're a Minnesota fan, you were sold a bill of goods.
100%. You
know
looked
what I'm
us.
saying? For
Vikings fan looked us all in the eyes and directly lied to our
smoking
face.
mirrors. And how many guys are grateful that they hadn't signed? Who wants to sign Sam Darnold to a 5-year deal now?
I hope the Vikings sign him for 5 years, 10 years.
They not.
Give that man a lifetime contract. Keep him in the NFC North forever.
They not.
I was just going to say that the Minnesota fan is down enough right now, so I'm not going to kick anything off.
I am.
You have to. Because
Right, you got to stand on business.
But
the most
Neil, they
poverty
came
sports
after
city
you.
of all time.
Yeah. Cool
They came
city.
after you first, Neil, and this is what happens.
Because I know you all are inside because you live in Minneapolis and the wind chill's like 30 below right now. So I know you're all inside watching, by the way. And look, other people around here can forgive. I don't. You
God
looked me in the
forgives,
eye
I
and you
don't.
lied to me, Vikings fans, on social
Fire
media,
album. Oh,
everywhere.
fire.
Jesse in the super chat. Jesse, they lied to you. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, last 2 games, 12 combined catches, 31 targets, 140 yards. Both of them together. Your super receiver room, right? Oh, it's not even close. I'd take Justin Jefferson over Amon-Ra and Jamison Williams. Okay, bro. Cool story. You reap what you sow, Vikings. You did this to yourself.
Facts.
Neil, you was right. I'm going to give you what you want. You were right.
That's all they have to say.
They made the Rams defense look like a good defense. They had as many sacks as the Vikings had points. I said that on the
I'll tell you
show.
what, I knew that was
Nuts.
going to happen because the Rams defense isn't great, but they got good pass rushers. Like Byron Young, they got the kid out, Jared Verse. He's a Pro Bowler,
the
as a
Smith
rookie,
scorer.
or All Pro as a rookie.
Yep.
Fisk up the middle. Like they've got some good pass rushers. I knew Sam Darnold was going to run for
Matchups
his
make
life.
fights. What were we talking about? Darnold holding that ball in the pocket. You can't make those mid throws, but he's also he holds that ball in the pocket
'Cause he's
longer than
scared.
anybody
Yeah.
who's not mobile.
But
'Cause he's scared.
He's been successful at it this year, but what the Rams did is copy and pasted what the Lions did last week, and it worked.
You just turn up the heat,
Yep.
and it's over. And he's not going to, even with big, bad Justin Jefferson, he's not going to do anything to you. He's powerless. Justin Jefferson, powerless. Like that. Burn in the super chat. KOC is coach of the year. Did you see that team of bums he dragged to 14 wins?
Yeah,
Besides, coach of the year is the good but not good enough award. Vikings win that every single year. Vikings, what have you ever done? Like you piped up a lot. What has your franchise ever done?
Like you said, they fell apart in 8 days. That's all it took.
8 days and a whole season was gone. In 8 days.
Thanos snap.
Poof. Gone. Woodward Sports, Super Chat, Owen Mullen as well. We need a whole I Was Told segment on the Vikings. I was full of joy watching that collapse last night. How any of their fans actually thought they had a chance is hilarious. 9 sacks. 9.
I will say that was one of the most satisfying hate watches I've ever had in my entire life.
Great hate watch.
Yeah.
It was. I was texting DMAC last night and just
Some of the memes that were coming across in tears and
The
stuff like
Guangdong
this.
Tigers one. Nino!
Steve DeYoung in the chat. Neil, a part of me was, and this is me too, a part of me was begging the Vikings to put in Daniel Jones so it would come full circle and they would lose with him, also to him.
Yeah.
Darnold was seeing the ghost of Aaron Donald last night. I wanted Daniel Jones in that game so bad. So bad, D-Mac.
You needed one more score.
Yeah.
Nope, it was. So, again, tell me more about the Packers. Tell me more about the Vikings. Tell me more how this isn't our division. Last year, this year, for the foreseeable future. Business is closed in the NFC North.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Over. OVA. D-Mac, it's over. So, that's it.
It was over.
It's been over.
It's been over. It's just officially everybody got their memos in the mail.
Yeah.
It showed up in writing.
Jerry Alexander, the Minnesota North Stars left Minnesota, won a Stanley Cup in Dallas. The Lakers left Minnesota and won like 15 championships.
Minnesota is I'm not saying this as just hate or facetiously. Minnesota is literally the most poverty sports city in America.
Put its resume up against anyone and tell me what you... And they got 3...
Yeah.
They got all 4 pro sports teams.
They got all 4 pro sports teams, and they're the most poverty sports city in America.
And you can't name anything any of them have done.
Minnesota, the baseball team won, right?
In the 90s.
They had
and they needed a Detroit pitcher to do it when Jack Morris went there and won Game 7.
But is that their only championship?
The Twins, yes.
That's the only That's the last time they won a championship.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been like
it's a lot of noise
35
years. They make a lot of noise for...
having done nothing ever.
City of collapse.
No doubt. Except the Twins had the most historic collapse in the history of baseball last year.
Yeah,
So
I
thank
know.
you.
That's
I can't wait for Anthony Edwards to leave you.
And go to Detroit.
Go anywhere. I love Anthony Edwards. He's
and
one of
that's
my
the man.
favorite players in the NBA. I can't wait
Great
for him.
dude, by the way.
I can't wait for him to leave you guys. You don't deserve it.
That's hate for real.
No, Anthony Edwards is excluded in all that.
Yes, I
That's real
love
hate.
Anthony Edwards.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see what he did with the kid with the bracelet?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know whose kid that is? Former Oakland player, Saginaw legend Larry Wright.
Nice.
Shout out.
Yeah, his son's got leukemia, so that was pretty cool that he did that. So Anthony Edwards, you're excluded. Everybody else trash.
Yeah, but he's not from there, is he?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll leave. Even Cat left eventually. He'll leave.
Yeah. Jester Crew in the super chat. Jefferson can do something. Count a Meek's change while he's in a Meek's pocket. He did. Meek just took a little Justin Jefferson and just put him in his pocket,
Yep.
like
Had
raw
him holding
candy.
his pocket up and down the field.
Yeah, that's all he did. Like when after that game was over, Justin Jefferson came out of his pocket. There was lint stuck to him and all that stuff, dude. Oh, that was fun to watch. In the super chat, George Ribble. I've been loving the Viking slander all season. Last night, Darnold broke a record for the most sacks in a postseason game. We need the "I was told" segment. No, I was told. I was told he was great. And Zachary, don't lose this. That corny locker room celebration jinxed them.
Celebrating
Well,
nothing.
that was their Super Bowl celebration. You
Right.
don't lift guys over your heads unless they break records or
Do something. They won a regular season game.
they made the playoffs.
Just to get beat by the Lions.
And then put out
That's
of their
not
misery.
winning, Joik.
That's not winning, boys.
The Honolulu flu. It continues. It's terminal.
The Rams took the Vikings out back. I'll do it, Pa.
Yeah.
They're sick. Might as well.
He's got that mad cow disease.
It's time to tend the rabbits, George.
Dante 151 real quick. Yellow super chat. I was so bored of that game. I had the Pistons on the main TV and Tom Grossi on my phone, and people buying super chat linking Kelly Stafford to everything. That happened worldwide. It was awesome. So
Beautiful stuff.
No, it was beautiful stuff. All right, I do want to get in Lions Commanders. Hey,
The
Vikings.
Bears.
Peace out.
The NFC North is dead.
Sabbath Coffee.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters, delicious locally roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Subscribe at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Like I said, support local, man. Michigan-based company, and it's just great, great coffee. Support local. Get some Sabbath Coffee Roasters in your cup. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Back-to-back NFC North Division champions. The Detroit Lions are playoff bound and ready to eat the kneecaps of anyone standing in our way. Follow Woodward Sports as we cover the best season in Detroit Lions history. Go Lions!
Talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You did it again.
From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule for Woodward merch. That's right, shop.woodwardsports.com. Got a whole new collection of Detroit football stuff. Get geared up, everyone. Our NFC Champions line. A real cool one. It's not in this graphic, but another real cool one is the Dan Campbell speech from the day he was hired, the kneecap speech. We have that. It's all on the. It's electric. It's a cool shirt, man. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Speaking of that, Spenny, you got the DM we got sent?
Yes, I do.
And D-Mac, as we ride off on this Vikings thing, and you know, their season set sail because they're done. They're no longer included. I'm still getting them, by the way. DM yesterday. Sebastian Chose sent this to me on Instagram. Booing the children from Traverse City, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams were playing, so he had his uniform on, the Boot 'em Kids shirt.
Boo kids, not just one, but all kids.
All the kids, absolutely. So yeah, that was cool. Burn in the super chat. It's okay, Minnesota. Watch Ant play on your old team, the Lakers. You can imagine a different timeline when the Minnesota Lakers stayed. Big Cuz, no, don't hide now, Kelly. Bring the whole family. Mm-hmm. Could you guys imagine?
I think that's going to be the matchup, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
You think they're going to beat the Eagles?
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
And this wasn't the topic I wanted to get to, but you know what? Whatever. I do want it. Yeah. I want it again. And this is, and for the crowd, I don't want to see Stafford again. Guys, get this through your head, all right? That was the same. I don't want to play the Vikings. I don't want to play the Packers. We beat the piss out of them all the time.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to play what you've beaten regularly?
Right.
Like this does play into what we're going to talk about next. But D-Mac, maybe you can help me here. We need a shift in mentality because you know how many. We put my discussion about the Commanders. Yesterday, D-Mac, I talked about the Commanders and how they have no concept of what they're walking into. And it's not a Jayden Daniels thing. It's not even a football thing. The two teams that come in here these next 2 weeks, you don't understand what's about to happen. You don't understand this fan base and where we're from. You think you do, but you don't have any idea. Can you imagine if we have that in our grasp, that at the end of 60 minutes, we go to the Super Bowl in Ford Field? It's bigger than any football team that's left in the NFL.
Yeah.
And D-Mac, the point of the story is this, that we need to adjust our thinking. Stoke Not Scared. That shirt's, by the way, that's a D-Mac-inspired original at shop.woodwardsports.com. D-Mac, it's time to lock into Stoke Not Scared. It's time.
It's bottom line, when it came out and everybody in the locker room, player says that this team, this player, whatever else is in the way of us accomplishing our goal. It's the same for the fan base, right? Last week we showed Dan Graziano talking about his experience at Ford Field, and at the end of his quote, paraphrasing, he said, I don't see how anybody comes in here and wins. That atmosphere, home field, is something. This is what every Lions fan has been prepared for. So lockstep with your team. It's business as usual, right? Everybody knows, and there's been big enough games there now, especially at the end of the season, how to act, how the noise, how the crowd level, how the experience not only helps your team, but it can hinder and cause some penalties for the other team. It's like you have an influence, whatever it is, a little bit more than anywhere else. Is that fan base? Everybody who talks about it, who comes in here,
and D-Mac,
and it's on. This is your Super Bowl time. Like this, even more than last year. Right? Even though last year we had a playoff home win and we got a taste of it. So now you know. Everybody knows where they're going tailgating. This isn't a mad dash. This is the second year for us, just like this team, in task at hand. So everybody going to the game, they know where they're tailgating, they know when they got to be in their seats, they know they're going to be in there for, like, we are well conditioned as a fan base also. It reminds me going back to Joe Louis Arena days. This is what it's like when we were winning and clipping off cups or playoff runs. Everybody had their routine. We just got out of it a little bit with the Tigers, with their playoff run and end of the season. Everybody got into it. That's what we're made for here. You know, if the 12th man means something, or the fan base in this city does matter. And I'm speaking as from a guy that has played in front of you, right? It's the motivating factor. We can get into it like those aches and pains. We don't feel them because you can adrenalize. As excited and amped that you are, we are too. Now, as a player, you've just found a way to be able to control it and play in front of them. But look at the way, like, pretty much, and take it from Neil, hasn't it been more than not the way that this Lions fan base travels? They really haven't not had a home game.
Well,
or the
that's
vibes
true.
of a home game, and you see what it means to how these guys perform.
And D-Mac, I've been waiting to ask you this because it's relevant. That building in 1997, Game 1, that was different.
Well, Game
Tell
1,
me how different that building was that day. And that's my point about this NFC Championship game that's coming up in a couple weeks. Yes, it is. And we'll get to the Commander stuff later and lay down the why.
You know what? It really, going back to that, because we didn't play the first finals game until Game 3, and we were up 2-0 on Philly. So even like people like from going going into the series against the Legion of Doom, and even people like yourself were going, Lindros, and how they go.
Once they got back, I knew that was a wrap.
Coming back 2-0. Right, going into Game 3, and I think we won 6-0 or something like this. Like I tell everybody, the best feeling, if anybody was there, is you're up 3-0 going to Game 4, right, at home. And I remember, and it's not being cocky or arrogant, but like driving to the rink and going, we're gonna raise the cup tonight. We're gonna win, and having that feeling.
That's the feeling I have right now.
That was different than anything else, right? I will change that back because Game 7 in 2009 against Pittsburgh, you had confidence, like you're at home Game 7, but you didn't have that feeling. There's just been like a couple feelings where you got like,
where
no
it was
matter
inevitable.
What, it's gonna happen, and that's the feeling we have now because we're on a mission, right? It's a mission. Also and lockstep, because even back then, Neil, what was lockstep? The team and the fans, right? And when in Detroit sports, when the fans and the teams are in lockstep, it's electric.
And that's my point, and that's why. And I'd forgotten that too. Yeah, it was Game 3. It was already 2-0. So you knew if you win Game 3, it's a wrap.
It's a
Lindros ain't
wrap.
coming
So
back
you knew
from
even
that.
if you were at that game.
That's what's crazy
Bring me
about
the money,
it.
Spenny.
Real quick, Spenny. Jester Crew in the Super Chat. Rams come to Detroit for the NFC Championship, and the Lions in Detroit crowd going to have the Rams and Kelly turtling worse than D-Mac had Lemieux turtling. That is probably true. What do you got, Spenny?
I was just going to clean up a couple of those Super Chats before we go to break. Is Burn in there says, it's okay, Minnesota. Oh, you already did that one. Shane Daniel, we are the team that other fans are scared of now. Can we quit on they got this guy, they got that guy? Yeah, we got J.G. Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown,
That's my
J-Mo,
point.
Kirby.
That's what I'm trying to drive home.
We got the stars. We got the first team All-Pros. We got the guys that lead the league in interceptions. We got the guys that other teams are scared of.
No question. Made in the USA. I donated some cookies. Love your guys' show. Thank you, Made in the USA.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, there's
Hopefully
a link to my
you got
daughter's.
some Samoas and not Thin Mints. Thin Mints are disgusting.
Neil, I think this is a great conversation, to have after the break or whatever. And you nailed it, and we did this before. Who do you like better?
And that's exactly where we're going.
In what position group?
That's exactly where. The only thing I like better.
Hey, Washington's a nice team. They're my backup team. I love.
You were on them all year.
But I mean, and since you put the shine on Jayden Daniels at LSU when you said, real deal, right? He's been the real deal. He's it's a nice story, but they're not ready to make that step where we're at yet.
Absolutely. I do want to get to that. Tell them about Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Lady Jane's. When you need a haircut at Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. A talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut. Maybe a relaxing scalp massage, a hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Ooh, yes, Benny's favorite. Lady Jane's Haircut's been open 7 days a week. Walk in any time. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Injuries can't stop this train. Choo-choo!
Warriors, good win, break it down.
Super best, baby, for our Detroit Lions. And Woodward Sports will be there all the way. Detroit's #1 Lions destination is Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for Second Best, 42 Watson Street in downtown Detroit. It's the home of the Woodward Sports pregame show on Lions game days. But guess what? If you're going to a Wings game, if you're going to a Pistons game, something at Fox Theater, a concert, whatever, Second Best needs to be a part of the rotation. I'm going to the Wings game tonight. I'll be at Second Best right around 5 o'clock. If you want an ass kicking at Dome Hockey, show up, pull up.
They don't want that smoke.
Do it. Ask Chase. Ask Chase. He'll tell you. He caught that Savage action. I think it was a 9-0 victory. So anyway, you can have some Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey after you take a beating at Dome Hockey, you know, make you feel better, all of that. Or have a great chicken sandwich. The wings are elite. I'll be dabbling in the wings tonight, as a matter of fact. Some wings before I watch the wings, everybody. But the moral of the story is Second Best, great pregame spot. Second Best, come get some. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We got KG, Spencer Raxter. Chase is hanging out. We got all of you in the Woodward Sports chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Just crossed 77,000 subs. We had 10,000 people watching the show yesterday. Over 10,000. Thank you for that. Thousands of you tapped in here today as well. And
Shout out on Miggs for his first super chat in there.
Oh, yeah, I see that. On the Miggs, we will not lose to a rookie quarterback or first-year head coach. And don't be bringing common sense into this party, but that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to bring some common sense to the party here. And D-Mac, you teased it. Detroit Lions fan 26. Neil, maybe you'll see some Vikings fans crying at Second Best. No, they've been long out of town. They're recessed for the summer. But D-Mac, here's the deal. You want my analysis of this Commanders-Lions game and why I had a clip that went around Washington, D.C. yesterday that people didn't like? You want my analysis? Here it is, guys. For as complicated as football can be with sets and X's and O's and formations and all of it, tell me one area where the Commanders are better than the Lions. I'll wait. One area, please. If anybody's got anything to say in the chat right now, if you have anything, if you're watching in Washington D.C. stuck in traffic, because you probably are, because it's traffic 24/7 there. Yeah. Tell me one area where the Commanders are better than the Lions.
How's their pass rush?
I got one stat, and literally just one stat.
Okay.
The
Fire
Commanders were third in terms of regular season in pass defense.
Pass defense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But your run defense is bottom of the league, like bottom three of the league.
Third worst
so if
in the league.
If we get to running the ball on you and that play action opens up, that's going to obliterate your pass defense.
I was waiting for this. Thank you. Thank you, raise the sales. Thank you. Mobile quarterback. Our guy is an MVP candidate quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, get past this, everybody. He's not a ghost, all right? We have the better quarterback. And see, I do that on purpose because I knew people were going to go there with it. Get your head around the fact you have an MVP candidate at quarterback. You have the better quarterback. The rest of the way, all the way up to the Super Bowl, anywhere in the bum-ass NFC, you have the better quarterback. Try again. Mobile QB is not an area.
I look at one stat. Vegas. Why is the line not -9.5? What does Vegas know that we know?
It opened at 8, and it's gotten up to 9.5.
What I'm saying.
That's
right?
crazy.
To the point to that is that Vegas gives you home field advantage. Vegas, like, Washington's a good team. Is Washington a better team than Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Right? Like, so this is what you want. But again, I'm going to go to what Dan Campbell said, and I heard him quote it again, and because he said it, it's going to happen. AG is going to have a game plan, right, for the mobile quarterback, and he might run one in. He might get away for a couple. Big deal. We're here going to win this game. 60 minutes of battle of attrition. Does anybody... David Montgomery's coming back. However effective and however he's going to be used for whatever that purpose, he's going to be effective. Along with Jahmyr Gibbs. He ain't slowing down. They got the third worst rushing defense. That's going to be, I would think, an imperative part of the game plan. Right? Go up and down your roster of all your guys. You have better players. Wheezy D313 brought up a good point. Right? Not only the new rookie quarterback and rookie coach, they got 25 new players in their roster. So this is like a mishmash of veteran guys. I saw somebody in the chat said, hey, Neil, they drive Mercedes too. Yeah, they do. Right? But a different class. Right? There's different classes of Mercedes.
They got that C-class entry one.
If you think that these Detroit Lions, our Detroit Lions, of everything you've saw, everything they've told us, and everything they've gone out and been about, are going to let the Washington football team get in their way from what their mission is, you are highly mistaken.
And that's extra, D-Mac. That's extra. That's not even like on the field X's and O's, schematics, any of that. All the other stuff I've talked about Ford Field and the pit they're walking into, that's all extra. That's on top of the actual football stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here? And I'm not like, and people are going to say, well, are they going to win 42-10? I'm not going to coin a score to it. All I know is this. When the fourth quarter comes, it won't be in doubt. That's all I know. And don't get it twisted. Like, it not being in doubt can be leading by 7 points, 10 points. It can still not be in doubt. You can tell by game flow. Yeah. And again, my question about the pass defense would be, what are you going to do to stop the run? You got to bring somebody up, right? Right?
You got to respect
right? Well, I mean, we don't have as good of a quarterback, I guess. People keep coming back to that all the time.
We should just pack it up and go home then. Damn. It's a damn shame we don't have a quarterback.
What did you say? We always go, how do you take, if you win the coin toss, do you take the ball? Do you not? You said before the show.
I'm kicking off.
You're kicking off.
And if they don't score, it's over. And I do stand on that. I do, because if we kick off, they get the ball, they don't score that first drive, it is over. Because we're going to outpossess them by 2 after that. The rest of the way. And it's over. Give us the extra possession, see what happens to you. And guys, I have noticed this. Have any of you noticed this? With the playoffs and how the Lions play, people are slowly, the majority of them still think, oh, it's Dan Gamble and we're going for it because we got big balls, pause, and we're going for it on fourth down. People are slowly starting to understand the possession game, aren't they?
They're seeing people do it. They're seeing Kevin O'Connell do it and fail at it. They're seeing Dan Quinn do it. Like, Sean says it all the time. It's like Steph Curry with basketball. That's Dan Campbell with football. He changed the way football is played.
Which is unbelievable to think. Like, your emotion when you hear that is him? The guy with the big muscles and the kneecap speeches? No way.
The meathead?
Yeah, the meathead?
The wrestler?
Do you know what it is? Like, and it's definitely execution, but it's some sort of perfected it, because what did we say? Minnesota had the right game plan, but they're not dialed in because they screwed up because they didn't go for it on the fourth time. Or the third time they're supposed to do it to go for it. So it's definitely ingrained in this game plan, right? With 4 down, he plays it more like Madden than anybody
100%.
else, but it's consistent. And when you break the math down, like we get deeper into it, you show the plus points that you come away with. That's the way this team is built. As opposed to, like watching the Buffalo game the other day, when they get it down to 4, they're kicking field goals. That's the way, that old school. So it's a new mentality, and definitely it's the Dan Campbell rules.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts out there. Chad Marlott. Yeah, we got the guys. Are they healthy?
Yes.
Chad, Aiden Hutchinson went down, who was going to be the defensive player of the year.
Runaway.
He went down, they lost once to Buffalo. They lost once.
I'm not nervous about anybody in the NFC. Nobody in the NFC concerns me in the slightest.
And that's my point. Like, it's not even a discussion.
Yeah. The only teams I could see actually beating the Lions are Chiefs, Bills, Baltimore. Those are the teams. That's the class here. Those are the 4 best teams in the National Football League.
Peaceful Tim, 12-5 record for a rookie quarterback is respectable. Guys, there's been no bigger Jayden Daniels person at this network than me going back to last year when he was in college. And a lot of you, remember that, Spenny? The whole Heisman thing? What are you talking about, Jayden Daniels, for the Heisman? Yeah, because he's the best player. And it proves that he is the best player, and he's the best rookie quarterback. Was the best draft pick in the draft. So I have a lot of respect for him. Raise the sales. Neil has his own narrative. Tell me what was narrative about what I said. All right, raise the sales. Here, please. Please tell me. Please tell me what's narrative about that. Shoot, I lost it. I might have been hoof-hearted. I can't remember. He broke it down position by position. Lions in all of them except defensive line. He said push with a question mark. But that's my point.
Yeah, probably. I would agree with that.
Sure. Give it to the Commanders even.
Yeah.
Because Aleem's out. Give it to the Commanders.
Yeah.
Okay, then what?
Our offensive line is better than their defensive line, so it cancels out.
By far.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? KG.
What up?
This game is an entire game. It's basically a Young Jeezy song. Yeah. And then what?
Right, pretty much. The Commanders ain't ready, man. Jayden Daniels, he's an amazing talent right now, but I think it's the little things that's going to matter in this game because he's never been in a playoff environment like Detroit is going to be on Saturday. I think that alone is eye-opening for a young quarterback like that.
First, I'm going to run the ball. Then what? Then I'm going to run some more. And then what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we should go to break right now.
Yes.
We come back. I got Dan Campbell's comments on David Montgomery coming
yes,
back.
Thank you. That was great timing because we're definitely going to go to that as well. Planet Fitness, everybody, live at the Planet Fitness Studios. Got in there this morning, got the work done. I'm in there every morning, Monday through Friday, as a matter of fact, getting it in. And you can too. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. That means there's one near you. All you got to do is go to planetfitness.com. You can join there. The black card option, still the main option on there. $24.99 a month. You get access to over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses in the world. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights, stretch stations, 30-minute circuits if you're pressed for time, clean facilities, go take a shower. They got the hydro massage chairs, all of it. And with that Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to all of it, everybody. New year, new you, right? PlanetFitness.com. Don't pay $80, $90 a month for a gym membership. The weights weigh the same. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of the live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. They're also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You see, they got the Motor City Black Dean bottles there. You can go get them in stores near you today. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tasted tequila, and as always, please drink responsibly.
What up? Hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion KG, Spencer Raxter. We got Chase in the building as well. Happy to have you all with us. Make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Just explosive viewership this week, and why not? This is the biggest week in our history as Lions fans, only to be surpassed by next week, only to be surpassed by the week after that.
Yep.
You feeling it, D-Mac?
Oh.
You feeling it in your plum?
Are you feeling it,
100%.
Mr. Krabs?
100%. I've been here before. It's familiar. Familiar territory for me. It's been a while, though.
Does it feel similar, though? I mean, like, for real?
It does. It does. And it starts with, it's always started with the message out of Allen Park and Dan Campbell. It's the authenticity. And it's just, what has he done over the past 4 years? Put it back to back to back to back, where everybody's bought in, no matter from Sheila on down, and they're on a mission. And it reminds me of the mission that we were on, and it's just the confidence. And at the end of the day, Neil, here's what you nailed it. When you look, let's look at the talent and look at the stats and look at what these guys have done. And you're looking on your side of your team. They got more stats, more Pro Bowlers, All Pros, guys. They got legit dudes in this league, and these legit dudes are the hardest working players that aren't going to be denied. And also these dudes, right? What do I always say? The guy next to them is more important to them than they are to themselves, and that's how they carry themselves. How they, Spenny mentioned it when he was talking about Cade Cunningham, about doing everything, having the body and doing everything. These guys are doing everything that they can to be prepared the best that they can. The only thing that matters to them is the next game. And they're all committed to that. They're not going to be denied. I just don't say, then you go all the intangibles, and then you go to the talent, right? And you go to everything else. And Stoke not scared, you should be excited too. This is exciting. There's a difference between, being weary and not sure, whatever like that. No, this isn't the time. This is a time for all of us, because this is what us as the fan base has always wanted. So embrace it. Embrace this journey. We'll get to the next step. Just follow along. All we've done is just follow these guys. They lead, we follow.
Speaking of that, that's a great segue, though, D-Mac. We have footage of Dan Campbell. Talk about David Montgomery, right?
Yes, the return of David Montgomery.
The return of D-Mac.
I mean a lot. Five's a big part of us. He's a huge part of us, and to me, he's a bell cow. He's somebody that, he's a tone setter, he's a catalyst. So there's a place for him. It's a place for him here. So it'll be a place for him in this game. So it's going to be good to get him back.
That's the look of a man that knows something.
Did you see his little coy smile? Yeah.
That's a look of a man that knows something, D-Mac.
Yeah.
That's my coach.
He has
that's what he says. When he always comes out, AG will draw something up for these guys. I mean, have we not? And it goes down to and I revert back to, what is the thing in this game that what scares you the most, it's the mobile quarterback. But if we not faced enough mobile quarterbacks and shown that we have the speed, you know what I like about having a mobile quarterback? I got Thor in my backfield. I got a guy that can run side to side.
And no one's talking about D-Mac. That's something that was different for the Bills game.
Yeah. You didn't have Anzalone.
Now, was he going to flip the dynamic of everything? I don't know, but I like my chances better.
I like the contain. I like the fact that you got to think about it.
100%, man.
Things are different.
I just don't. And look, as the week goes on, we'll do sell me this pen. Sell me. Well, I'll make a case. I'll try to make a case. I'll sell you the Commanders.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. No doubt. Pause.
Pause. Very good pause there. And you look at what he said there, and that's. He said he sets the tone. That's what he does. David Montgomery sets the tone. And we've seen it all season that David Montgomery was given that first drive to go out there and to punch you in the mouth and to bleed the clock, to win the time of possession, and to go score a touchdown on your first drive. A couple of these first drives since David Montgomery hasn't been here kind of fizzled out and ended out in punts. Now you get him back against one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL.
Third worst.
At home in a divisional round where Ford Field's going crazy. And like Neil said, Lions fans are conditioned now to the playoff atmosphere. So is the board operator, so is the announcer, so is the MC at Ford Field. They know they're going to announce David Montgomery last out of all the players to get that place rocking, just like they did with Anzalone against the Vikings. And he's going to go out there the first drive of the game, and he's going to be busting off 6-7 yards a carry, and that place is going to go nuts. It's inevitable, like Thanos.
No, it absolutely is. Woodward Sports Chat there. Mike G brings up a good point no one's talking about. I think the Commanders are a little banged up, too, after that game with the Bucs. And as I watch player after player go out of the game, as I watch that happen, I was thinking to myself, damn, it's good to not be playing.
And it's because they got to turn it up. Physicality, speed of play, aggressiveness. Teams turn that up in the playoffs. The Lions play like that in week 1.
Yeah.
The Lions are playing that aggressive, that dog, that attack, kill. They've been playing like that since week 1. So their bodies are already conditioned to that kind of abuse and that kind of physicality when it comes into the playoffs.
And how does this team play after they've had a little bit of rest?
We've seen it.
Right, exactly. Like the rest for this team only gets them better. Only gets them better. And that goes into culture.
No doubt. So again, by the way, we're going to be joined by Dr. Pierce coming up in just a little bit. It's a good segue too to the David Montgomery injury because I have a question for him, and it's going to come off as like grandiose media guy, but I think it's a fair question, and I think it backs up what DMAC has been saying. He tried to tell us about this because he lived it, but then he sees it with the Lions team, and you don't want to miss it because I'm being one. This is no bullshit, guys. Because I think that to some degree it's true. So make sure you stick around for when we talk to Dr. Pierce. Here's real quick. I know that we said we were done with the Vikings.
Oh. We never done.
No. You get carte blanche, bro.
Okay.
The way that they came at you.
The Minnesota Vikings, who are one of the oldest teams in the league by snap count. This is from my buddy, the Alavila chat thread. You know, we throw stuff around in this. The Vikings, one of the oldest teams in the league by snap count. In next year's draft, they have their first-round pick, they have their fifth-round pick, and they have Cleveland's fifth-round pick.
Yeesh.
That's it.
Jeez.
That's all they got.
Tough.
Tell me
Better
more.
hope Brian Flores gets a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
And you're going to be
extra
relying
pick.
on a rookie quarterback because they not resigning Sam Darnold. They got a reason not to now.
And they got no assets to go get somebody else. Ironic note, though, that fifth-round pick they're getting from the Browns, that's actually our fifth-round pick from the Zadarius Smith trade.
Shout out.
So shout out Big Z. So
Anything we can do to help.
yeah.
See, we care.
Love helping the less fortunate.
We care.
That's what it's charitable out here.
We're not savages.
Real quick, too, Woodward Sports Chat Super Thread, Jason Kenyon. Another donation to the Girl Scouts. Keep the cookies, won't need them. But we get trick plays. Maybe Panay gets a touchdown on one. Kirby, interception. Z sack. A lot of people, Sean Hart, you said special team score upcoming for Detroit. I'm feeling it.
I called it on heavyweights yesterday. I think we're going to get a big man interception. I think we're going to get a defensive lineman interception in this one because, you know, Aaron Glenn likes to get a little freaky with his blitzes, especially against young quarterbacks. I saw a lot of times Jayden Daniels against the Buccaneers. Like, the kid's got a rocket arm, right? He has a cannon on his arm. And when because he's really good against the blitz, but what he does is he throws it to the exact spot the blitz is coming from. So if the linebacker's coming here, he just zips it in there. And there were a couple times against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where, what's his name? Diaby was this close to getting an interception.
He got away with it.
He got away with it. I think with Aaron Glenn, he's going to send, whether it be Anzo or Campbell or Branch or Iffy, and then you're going to see those defensive linemen bounce back. Zadarius Smith almost got an interception in the last game. Al-Quadri Muhammad has a pass breakup this year.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a big man interception in this one.
All right, I like it. Raise the sails in the chat. I'm out. I'll be back for the real show later, the heavyweights. Raise the sails. My friend Sean has a saying. Facts are mean. They are. I understand that. That facts are mean. I'm not hurt by it. I have broad shoulders. I can take it. But thanks for giving the network 2 clicks today. All right? Appreciate
the sport.
Shout out Heavyweights. 5 to 7, by the way. Where are we at? New Holland. Yeah. That's right.
That stuff.
Yeah, that's the jam, everybody. Taller. We've been telling you, Spenny's on it now.
Oh, it's so good.
Spenny's on it. And look, how does it work? It's the New Holland small batch gin. They mix it with some grapefruit puree, and magic happens in that little Argyle can. New Holland, local Michigan company over there on the west side of the state. They are doing it right. Tangerine Space Machine. I had one on Sunday, as a matter of fact. Made my triumphant return back to the beer world. I had one. And it's good.
Beer to have.
Yeah, and it's a good beer to have. New Holland, and don't sleep on their bourbon as well. New Holland Brewing Company.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
New year, new you. How about a new car? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for 24 months with 10,000 miles per year for only $699 per month. Just a $1999 down payment, or a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months with 10,000 miles a year for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no down payment required. GM discount required for both. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick, GMC, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive. Boom, boom.
And real quick, just quick throwback. We're gonna get into the Pistons later, but Cade Cunningham in his last 4 games in Madison Square Garden, 31, 32, 29, 36. Woo. The Aki way. Give me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll.
Neil A. Hilton Aki way.
Give me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll.
Right.
Can't forget the bag.
Sure.
Hey, question.
Never.
Zach Soap asked, preference in unis? We going blacks or what are we doing?
I don't care.
Blueberries.
Yeah. Blueberries?
Yeah.
I would love the blacks, but it's probably going to be the blueberries.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Neil don't like the blacks.
Just not the throw.
It's on record.
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of the whites.
Yeah,
you know?
I bet you are. You son of a bitch.
They're undefeated, the whites, this year. 8-0 on the road.
Never lost.
Never lost.
I bet they have never lost.
Well, you know, their favorite in every matchup.
Lost.
You know,
I'm the ultimate hustler. Right. You can't hustle me.
The deck was stacked in their favor every single matchup.
You can't hustle me, Rondell. I'm the ultimate hustler.
Y'all play so well on the road.
Yeah.
The whites always play well on the road.
This one's funny in the Woodward Sports chat. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. This one's funny in the chat. Last Barto. This is out of the blue.
Last Barto is funny too.
Paws is the most underperforming of the Detroit mascots.
I don't know. Hooper's definitely number 1.
Yeah, I love Hooper.
Yeah, there's no. He jumps off the trampoline and dunks.
Yeah, and he's up and down. He was right next to me hitting the defense drum on Saturday.
Rory
I don't see Rory do much.
What? Rory be out here, man.
Rory's out there.
Paul's got to dance on the dugout and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he's just like,
it is baseball though.
Y'all chill on pause. We ain't having no pause disrespect here.
Paul, hey,
I didn't disrespect him. I just said it's a question.
During that goddamn 2012 run, pause was very instrumental. Okay, we are not going to disrespect.
Are his best days behind him?
How can he entertain when it's 12,000 people at the fucking stadium?
Say that pauses Jayden Daniels, and we just, the Hooper and Rory are just
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of. I met Pause. Me and Pause are tight multiple times. He's always at the golf outing we do. Don't wear. Remember when Sawyer wore the Orioles hat around Pause?
Yes.
Pause gave it to him. Like, yeah, don't sleep on Pause.
Okay, that's fair.
Hooper could be the most active.
Hooper's the most active.
No,
for
Hooper
sure.
is all over the LCA.
I would agree with that.
Hooper, 4.5 star.
Yeah.
Athlete.
Oh yeah.
Now, like Detroit City has that Friendly the Bear, but his story is what makes him.
Yeah.
It's a bear costume that was somebody threw it away in a dumpster. And they took it and cleaned it. And
Hell yeah.
That's why he's Friendly the Bear.
Dude, I would take a bear costume.
I would.
Who would not?
I would say, Al the Octopus. Where's he been at?
Yeah.
I mean, where did
You got to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
true.
he's still sitting on top of the jumbotron in LCA.
Yeah, with cobwebs. It's
Like, where the hell is Al the Octopus?
Hey, don't worry. When we make the playoffs this year, they'll dust him off and everything like that. He'll be back.
Yeah, good.
He'll be
He's the most underperforming so far.
Not his fault.
It's not his fault, but
not
let's
his
be
fault.
real about it here.
Sparty's up there. Sparty does a lot.
Yeah.
Rando Smalls, the funniest thing about our 5th round pick going to the Vikings is that it's worse than the 5th round pick that Cleveland kept as their own. So that is pretty funny, actually. DNC-ENT, what? The dumpster? Nah, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the story.
That's how you got to get it.
Got to get it out the bus.
Dude,
sometime.
Spenny would definitely take a bear costume
sure.
from a dumpster.
Unless
If
there's, like-
anything, you'd wear the head for your videos.
I would try. I would find like a black light first to see.
Yeah, you might want to do that. Might be some fuzzy stuff going on.
Yeah, don't know what's
I'm
going on.
sure you got
there.
that under your bed, too.
Yeah.
Might be some furry stuff going on.
Rack chimes in.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I've been to Kobo and seen those people walking around, man.
They're among us.
That is like I'm a nerd. I like video games. I like comic books. I like anime. That shit, you will never catch me at. Like, I mean, everybody's got their own kinks. Do what you want. That shit's weird.
Spinny, you wouldn't do somebody in a furry
No,
costume?
no.
That's
What
a
about
hard
just the
lie.
head?
No.
That's a
If you
hard
wore
lie
just the head.
If I wear that like drunk as fuck, I'd wear a bear head or something, sure, but
That's why I figured you
it's
wanted
not
the
what
bear.
gets me off. Pause. Well, I guess not pause because that's what we're talking about.
You literally just said it would.
Best show in Detroit right here.
Keep up, man. Keep up. Now, Rack chimes in. The Tigers literally have a segment during the game where a kid has to find pause. But he's being all lazy while he's
That
hiding.
is true. He's just chilling. They
Y'all
do
chill
cut the
on
pause a
pause,
lot of
man.
him just posted up in one of the seats.
I would argue that Paws is the most friendly of the mascots. Like, you can always find Paws, get a picture with Paws, say what up to Paws. Hooper a little sedity. He a little
Yeah,
up
he's
there.
a little uppity, yeah.
a little uppity, just a little bit.
Okay. LM Cano. Neil, the afternoon show's charging $500 as an in-studio appearance, LMAO. Big D would never.
Listen,
No.
man.
That's crazy.
I love all our shows here at the network, but that one right there, I've been vocal about that one. I'm not sure about that one, but
No, roll out if you want. I don't care.
10 minutes. 500 for 10.
500 for 10 is crazy, bro.
Oh, that's real? I thought that was a joke.
That's a real thing.
There's no way.
I'd say
That's a joke.
For $500.
At least, I was gonna say if it was ever Big D Energy, you'd have a hell of a go home package.
No, that's a fact. For $500, you come sit in the bash chair and get a 10-minute segment.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I mean,
Hey, man, you spend your $5 how you want.
I thought that was a joke for real.
No, that's a real thing. They pushing that.
All right, anyway. Hurricane says Rory was out there during the preseason practice in the heat. That's a fair point as well. Burn in the super chat. Minnesota, I see you're on hard times. Allow us to do you this favor. A simple trade set up by Brad Holmes. It'd be mutually beneficial, I assure you. Like the time we got Jamison Williams.
Yeah, right.
That you guys allowed us to get Jamison Williams, who is clearly not as good as any of your wide receivers.
Not
clearly.
even close. Jordan Addison is the real article.
Yeah, you guys told me that. So, yeah, man, maybe Brad Holmes can hit you up, help you with that little draft capital conundrum y'all are facing. Like, we'll give you, I don't know, We'll give you a first-round pick swap, and we'll give you a third-rounder for your first and third next year.
Yeah, why not? They ain't doing shit with it.
Would that be cool? I don't know. I don't know what everybody thinks about it.
Yep.
But yeah.
Mensa, get on the phone, man.
Scott in the chat. My vacuum broke. Anyone have a Vikings jersey I could put it on so it'll suck again?
Oh, man.
That was good.
They gonna cry in the car.
No, they absolutely are. All right, I forgot where we were on this, but it's pretty funny. D-Mac, real quick, we'll do this. We got Dr. Pierce rolling in, so let's do this real quick. Just a little quick Red Wings segment. Got to win tonight, right?
No, I mean, these are the games that
you have to win.
This is what you're doing. You've put yourself, obviously, ripping off 7 straight. But, yeah, you got to take care of this one.
Schedule looks real tough after this one.
What's that? Well,
schedule looks real tough.
I mean, it is what it is. But you've put yourself back into the race to being right there in the wild card. So, yeah, must win because of what you have coming up in the schedule and stuff like that. And San Jose's got 13 wins all year, and you just keep rolling. You keep rolling. You're getting like the biggest thing is they're playing fast.
Yeah.
Right? They're playing fast and they're playing committed. And they're getting, you got to give props where props are due, and that starts with the guys that we've not been impressed with all year on the back end, and Gustafsson and Hall, and Gustaf's got, and I just read the article, if you're into Helene St. James and the Free Press and stuff, is the fact that wrote an article on Gustafsson and Todd McClellan coming in and not really knowing him, but this is what I expect out of you. So the expectations, guys are hitting them, and let me tell you, like, when you're going like this, it gets easier. It gets easier because you know what, Neil? The thing is, you're doing your job. Why it's working is because you're doing your job to the best. Spenny, you and I were talking about it. It's also, too, you look at the move of putting Veleno on the top line, right? Giving Larkin and giving Ray somebody who's going to get in the corner and get the puck back, and he's being rewarded. But you look at, even the Compers and the Motts and down the lineup, these guys are chipping in, whether it's PK or it's that energy. Yeah. So the biggest difference, and actually Neil and I are going to go peruse the game tonight and watch the game, but the biggest difference that you'll see is they're playing with speed to the NHL equivalent, what they weren't doing before. So again, they got to keep it going. So
can I hit you with something, D-Mac, real quick? There's a chance.
Just don't hit me hard.
There's a chance. Red Wings play the Sharks tonight at home. If the Red Wings win and the Blue Jackets lose, they're playing Philadelphia. The betting line on Caesars is roughly about even. Ottawa's in action as well. They're at the Islanders. Same deal, about an even game. The Red Wings win, Blue Jackets and Senators lose. The Red Wings will occupy the final playoff spot tonight. By 10 o'clock tonight, the Red Wings could be in the playoffs. Now, they would be even on points with Columbus. They would have more wins than Columbus, which we've been told, we've learned from last year. The wins don't matter. You can be an overtime loss merchant, and nobody cares. But whatever. We would still have a game in hand over Columbus. I'm just saying, D-Mac, and I will raise my hand and tell everybody, I said it was dead. I said it was over.
We both did.
I said it was done.
Yes, you were told it was dead, but guess what? Back out of the coffin.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
Got dug up.
that should be, if we pull this off and all 4 teams get in the playoffs for the first time in the history of the city, by the way, Detroit sports, we're back. We were dead, but we're back now.
That's fair.
Is that fair?
That's fair. I think we already are back.
Yeah, we've been back.
Can you believe that, Spenny?
Like Pistons, Lions, Red Wings, Michigan State basketball, Michigan basketball are like 31 of the last 32 games.
It's insane.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'll ask this.
All we do is win.
Just a fan brought it up. No, we will not roll out the car flags until the Red Wings are in the playoffs.
Fair enough.
But if everything breaks right tonight, they will be in the playoffs if the season ended today. Can I get a ruling, Spenny? When is it Red Wings car flag season?
When they make the playoffs. I'm not doing it again.
They don't want them earlier than that.
I want it tonight.
Look at them live.
I'm going to bring it to the game, and I'm going to keep an eye on the scores. And if we're in, I'm putting it up. How about a compromise? I'll only put it out when we're in the playoffs.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Is that fair?
I got mine in the back. I got mine in my trunk.
Ready to rock.
Yeah, but
no, I mean, like I'm talking like tonight on the way home from the game.
Why not?
If they're in the playoffs.
Oh, if they're okay.
Hey, Neil's car will be the Red Wing playoff alert.
Yeah.
Wait,
right.
are the Wings in? Hold on, let me
check
yes, they're in. Neil's car.
What do you think?
I'm rocking.
Is that fair?
Hey,
I
from
think it's
where
fair.
we've been
I
this year
think
to
it's
not
fair.
even, I'm surprised you know where the flag is.
I mean, y'all did the car flag thing last year, and then that
Didn't work
14
out.
game
Yeah.
collapse kind of,
That's why, yeah. I'm not doing it until we.
Well, I'm going to adjust it.
Until we clinch the playoffs, I'm not car flagging.
I'm doing
And that's fair.
I'm doing mine on a if the playoffs started tonight
And that's
basis.
fair. That's fair. You're going by your own
No.
rules.
It's up to me.
Yeah.
It's your flag.
It is my
It is
flag.
your flag.
And
Do
damn
it.
it, I'm going to plan it.
Yeah.
When the Red Wings are in the playoffs, and D-Mac, I like that. It's almost like a lighthouse at sea.
There it is.
Are we close to land? Oh, looking at Neil's car, yes.
Yeah.
The flag is up. We're in.
Goddamn
The
right.
British are coming.
Huh? You guys
All
like
revere.
it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, perfect.
What about the pregame? Do you like the pregame?
I do like the pregame as a matter
It's a
of
damn
fact.
good show.
The best football days are done here on Woodward Sports. There is no question about it. It all starts with Woodward and Maine, Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. That's 8 to 9 a.m. And then the New Holland Brewing Company playoff pregame show live at Second Best. Yes, it is going on. We will be live at Second Best. Brought to you all by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. It's far and away the best pregame show in Detroit. Better than the flagship, better than the networks, better than all of it. How do I know? Tens of thousands of you watch it. And you wouldn't watch it if it sucked. So that tells me that it's good. So here we are, everybody. Now is the time. Now is the time. The playoffs are here. The real season is here. It's time for the Super Bowl push, everybody. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza now have 7 different wings for you to choose from. Try them all and choose your favorite for yourself. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, but like I said, you can try them all and choose the best one yourself. To find a Soroki's near you, go to Sorokis.com.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports. Mike G, I still have my wingnut hat. That thing is actually heavy. Remember those, D-Mac? The wingnut hats?
Yeah.
Dabber313, Neil's colors don't run. That is correct. Nitty Gritty. Hey, Neil, putting a Red Wings flag on your EV might screw up the aerodynamics and thus mess up the range. That's okay. That's fine.
Could.
Risk you're willing to take.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
my gas station's in the garage. I just pull
Oh,
it
my
in.
check engine light turned off, by the way.
Did it really?
Yeah, so
There you go.
in the clear.
Sometimes problems solve themselves.
There we go.
But yeah, so let's do it. It is time. By the way, we are joined by our injury insider, Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. He's powered by MRI of Southfield as well. Doc, appreciate your time. And the preseason's over, Doc. It's playoff time now. right?
That's right.
Are you ready?
Now we're serious. Now the medical decisions are all different.
They are all different. I want to start right there, Doc. David Montgomery.
Oh, boy.
The MCL, right? And it was doom and gloom when it was announced. And you saw it. You saw it on the field. He was down. People thought it was over. Heck, there were reports it was over for the season. But he's expected to be back. And I don't want to – I told everybody I was going to go grandiose media on you and say, is he risking his career? I'll rephrase it, Doc. What's the threat level to David Montgomery? And you don't know for the record, you're not there like in the room or anything, so I'm just giving you, I just want to guesstimate.
Kind of what I said right away the Monday after it happened. There's other things you can do. The MCL isn't like an ACL or a PCL, which is the internal holding everything in strong. The MCL is the ligament that's on the inside of the knee, crosses the joint, and holds stability with that lateral movement. It also, it has functional day-to-day, but it's not as functional as ACL. With a guy like Montgomery who's cutting a lot and changing directions a lot, it's important. Nobody on that team's going to jeopardize him. He's got to be, like we said, 0 pain, 90% better. Maybe for this game he's got to be at least north of 75, 80%. But as far as risking, he's out there risking every day. Every football game is a risk to these guys if they're going to, I don't want to be so doom and gloom, but they are. Is he at a higher level? That knee has a previous injury. So what have I always said? The number one risk factor for an injury is a previous injury. So he's sitting on one that's within a 6-month period. So it's still at risk. He's going to take all the precautions. He's going to be suited up. He's going to be braced. He's going to be taking caution. Is he going to be playing in that 9, 10, 11 gear? Maybe not right away, but he's going to feel how it's going. And like I said, they're going to watch him, right? Gibbs has been doing well. Everybody's been doing well. He could be a decoy, a threat. But I think having him out there, with Alex Angel, we underestimated what his return was. These guys are also resting. The rest of their body is feeling good. So that makes a difference. So, that knee, his strength, his cuts, his, commitment to the training room, it's all there. I'm not worried to put him back on the field. If he's passing our test, which I've said, he's got to be at least 20%, if not better, in strength from one side to the other, right? So that's number one. So he's passed all those tests. Now it's the mental. Now it's game day. Can somebody cheap shot him and go after that knee or hit him? Yeah, he's at risk of that. That's going to be.
Doc, is there anything to read into it that they cleared him so early? You know what I mean? Like the fact of it's a week before, because usually, a lot of times it goes down, we won't hear till game time. We'll see how it is. Is this should we get more confidence in the fact that it came out earlier than I guess it needed to?
Yeah, they announced it as soon as we made the playoffs, right? That Montgomery will be there. Yeah, those are all good indicators. That means he's feeling good. That means he rested through the Minnesota game. We didn't need him technically. No, everything, when you're getting information early like that, yeah, those are all good indicators that he's feeling confident, that he's cutting, that he's not hesitant. And the other thing that we work, he's probably been worked out heavy, game-like workouts, and he's not swelling, right? Because we always worry about the swelling after, because that's the body just telling us what he can lie or he can mislead us. I felt great. But if you're having that swelling and irritation and the limp after, so he's got to be working through that too. So these guys know what they're doing. There's a lot of, look, his career is at stake. Like you said, nobody's going to risk it. Can he make it worse? Yeah. Being on the field, he can make it worse.
All right, Doc. And I guess and the reason I asked this, and this is part of it too, when Anzalone came back, we heard about the pitch count, right? There's going to be a play count that right. He's going to play. Next thing you know, he's out there for 67 of the 68 plays or whatever it is. Like, we all have a plan, right? We all have a plan when that game starts.
We're flexible.
Yeah, okay, so that's what. Oh, yeah, we're flexible. That's a flexible limit. No, but is there, I guess, and I know the answer to this question because Alex Anzalone is the answer to this question, but play counts are for when we're in pregame and we're talking about it for the week. Game situations may dictate otherwise, huh?
Game situations, that word of flexibility is key. We're going to see what he's doing. Like I said before, the medical team, the training team is watching him. Campbell and all those guys are watching the game. Campbell's like, you're on my team, you're 100%. The medical team's watching. Is he short-stepping? Is he hesitant? Is he not planting that foot? Is he pushing off? Is he getting into play as quickly as he normally would? Is his first step the same? All that stuff factors in. When he comes off, when they're coming over and saying, there's two ways to approach it. Leave him alone and watch him from afar, or get in his face and say, what are you feeling? How's it going? Do you feel like you have everything? And some things will be like, even like with hockey, big time, I need that wrap a little tighter. I need something a little bit tighter. It's too tight. It's cutting me off. I'm too restricted. That brace I'm wearing, I'm not comfortable with it. There's a lot of feedback, which they're trying to do in game-ready situations off the field. But once it's in the field, you're out there, adrenaline's going, you get focused. Your head's in the game. You're locked in. So that's why the training staff and the docs on the sideline will be watching for all those kind of things.
Jason Kenyon in the Super Chat. Get some Girl Scout cookies for the doc. My daughter's selling her Girl Scout cookies. We had it up there.
Doc?
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie, Doc?
The coconut chocolate one.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Team Samoa. I mean,
he doesn't even call them Samoas. He calls them coconut chocolates. I mean.
Yeah,
everyone knows what he's talking about, though. It's a brand name, D-Mac.
It is a brand name.
I'm not here to advertise for Girl Scouts.
So, Doc, I got a question. Is this isn't this Super Bowl week for one of them for the training staff, getting guys ready for the bye week and stuff like this? And, people don't understand. They think that they have a few days off and stuff like this, but that medical room is working overtime.
They are. There's never enough credit. We watched the Red Wing guys, firsthand. We were with them the whole time. Those guys are there. Nobody realizes the hardest working guys are the trainers.
100%.
And the trainers' assistants. And the docs, we even get to mosey in and out. But the trainers are there hours before, hours after, taking phone calls, taking that quiet need from one player. They're on 150% right now. And they're doing an excellent job to get us to this level with the amount of injuries. There's not enough to be said. And I kind of get, I listen to ESPN and all this stuff. Nobody's given the medical staff enough credit. It's Dan Campbell.
No, Doc, and 100% right.
I'm biased, obviously.
No, but you are right, because, Doc, I travel with a Division I basketball team. Yeah. I travel with the Pistons, with the NBA. The common sports fan has no idea. It is, guys, when we're on the road, it's the trainer ready 24/7. Well, 24/7. They got to take care of everything that pops up in real time, because they got to be able to play. They have to.
Here's the thing: they may have you nailed that 24/7, because and in hockey it's different, because in football you don't travel, you accept the day before. But the treatments, if you're playing hockey and you're on the road for those 2 games, it's a mash unit. But the trainer's at your room. Yeah. If you need a treatment at 3 a.m, boom, you give him the keys, open the door, waking you up, gives you a treatment. These guys are so dedicated, and I think at the end of the day, after all is said and done, you will hear, because you will hear, and especially when you win championships, and when you are great teams, it will slowly but surely come out, because each guy has a guy, right?
Yep.
That
Your
you go to,
guy,
right?
yeah.
And in the football locker room, there's probably a dozen or 15, but there's one guy that you'll have, a bond with, that will push you and sort of be your therapist at time. I think, Spenny, this is one of the things that we forget. What about the guys, we're thinking about Hutch coming back and all the other, but we saw a video of Malcolm starting to do some walking and in and out and stuff like that. Well, there's got to be a guy with him the whole time through his rehab and stuff like this, and a lot of guys that are so shout out to the training staff, the equipment guys, the training guys, to whatever else, because they are definitely the unsung heroes.
It's true. You got the player that wants to be up at 4 a.m, and you got the player that wants to be out at 4 a.m. All those players, these guys are true 24/7. They don't get to say, look, I'm only available from 7 to 9 a.m. before we start. They're there for everything. And, right now with the Lions, I think they're bringing in more people, because these guys can't take care of all the needs of everyone. So there is a lot of that special person being available to the players all the time. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're going with that.
Dr. Pierce joining us here, our injury insider, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, also powered by MRI of Southfield. And Doc, here's a question from someone in the chat, and the way it's phrased, I don't think it's fair to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it. Well, I'm going to ask it, but I'm going to put the proper spin on it, okay? M. Pry says, question, why would 2 doctors not clear him and it took a third to clear him and not shut him down for the season? Were they wrong? And you're not a part of it, so I'm not going to ask you to comment on that. However, I'm sure you have been in situations in sports in the past where there are differing of opinions between doctors. What's that process like?
Difficult. It's the higher ranking. It's the who builds confidence. I mean, you know, the way I started with the Red Wings is the guy on the outside. So and it's our training. It's everything. I don't know where you want to go with this answer, but you know, you had a surgical opinion. It was a premature opinion. I think someone jumped the gun, and I think everybody took a deep breath and said, let's evaluate this at a holistic approach. What can we do? What can we expect? We had nothing to lose, but if he didn't make it back to the game, and we got to see what happens. You know, I'm hoping for an Angeloni situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think Montgomery's going to be there. I think he's going to have limited snaps, but you know, I guess time will tell who's going to be right and wrong. At this point, that surgeon who suggested surgery has probably got a little chip on his shoulder. I'm right. Let's see what happens. And the guys like me that are non-surgical saying, we have a few steps before we shut them down. And there's no so there's difference of opinions. There's different approaches. You know, not to throw Michigan Sports and Spine in there, but that's where I've made my career on making the other decisions.
Right.
You know, that's where we've had difficulty. That's where I just had somebody who very high level, who's the actual physician, not to go off on one of my stories, but she's a physician in a different field and has been told by 4 other doctors probably the wrong information over 5 years that hasn't got her to complete recovery because she was going for a more surgical opinion. It's like, you know, when you carry a hammer, you're looking for nails. You got, like, for me, I've always carried multiple tools.
Multiple tools, yeah.
To be able to evaluate and know where my lane is. And when I want the surgeon, like when we dealt with the guys, we called in the surgeon, but we didn't call him in prematurely. Like when you really break down the numbers, not to get away from the Lions for a second, but when you look at sports medicine injuries, over 90% of them are non-surgical. But the first person people tend to go see is an orthopedic surgeon. So
well, that honestly, like to Doc's credit, whatever, to what he's saying, it's about options. What are all the options to exhaust? And then when we can't go any further and it's a structural thing or whatever, then he's going to recommend who's the best person. But a lot of the times what you see is there's all these different, from sauces to different ways to do it. Let's explore this because the option is you can get back. You go under the knife, you're done. Right? That you're calling it over. Yeah. So I think that it's also too in this situation having a little bit of time where you didn't have to make that huge decision and
right.
Let the athlete. You always said this too. I got to get to know your body and I got to get to know how you recover because some guys recover better. I got to get to know, like, are you a liar? Do I got to look at your body and you're never going to tell me, like, no, but I'll just watch and see if your body swells up?
He's describing himself right now, by the way.
Right, but it's true, right? So, or it's like you have to trust because then it's Doc knows too when you're dealing with is that, like, for me, I'm gonna do everything in my power to be out there. So how can he put me in the best possible position? Because there's not a question of whether I'm gonna play or not. How do you make me comfortable enough? How do you let's work on this, let's work on that. Like, a lot of different things. So. Well, it's number one thing, it's the option.
It's the option, and don't underestimate what he's saying either. Understanding who you're talking to, right? There's a mental capacity. There's a lot of NFL examples we can talk about. But when we're talking about the Lions, every one of them wants to be playing. When I was dealing with the Red Wings, every one of them wants to play. How many times did you hear, upper body injuries, lower body injuries, all this stuff. And then we had 5 or 6 surgeries within 2 weeks after the season was over. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you're going to hear about with the Lions, too. We have that mentality. We have that go-to-work mentality and deal with it after. And Montgomery is king of it, Alex, I mean, all of them. I can't remember every one of their names right now, but, for the big guy, Hutch, that's the same kind of thing. I mean, where is he going to be? Who's going to be out there, fighting for it with what they have left? And the other big thing is what I brought up before with Angeloni. His body was feeling good, and he was quicker, and he's everything. Montgomery's going to have part of that too. So the rest of his body's feeling 100%. His knees hopefully at 80%. You put that combination together with the brace and the secret sauce, he's going to be impactful against Washington on Saturday. So I have a lot of confidence. I'm going with a lot of confidence here.
All right, Doc. Well, as always, we appreciate the insight.
We got to talk about.
What do you got?
Oh, Spence, you got the Josh Allen thing?
Yeah, I got it.
To play. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not. I can't wait, though.
Medical is not just bones and fractures and stuff. We got to do, manicuring on the sideline. I don't know if you saw the injury.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
With this. So this is why I suggest to all the players, keep your nails well groomed so it doesn't become an issue on the sideline. But, I mean, that's the training staff. They're ready for everything. They had a file, able to do a manicure on the sideline for Josh Allen. So.
Yeah, and a great job by the coaching staff having them out there when they're up by 19 points with 6 minutes to go.
I don't know those decision making.
Yeah,
but
a great decision.
More reps. I don't get it.
I don't either. Doc, as always, we appreciate you, my friend.
Thanks, Doc.
All right, guys. Take care.
There he is, Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider from the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. His visit powered by MRI of Southfield as well. Tell him about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. You can save up to $5,000 on your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Use MarkWhiteSells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White should be your first choice when you're looking to buy or sell your house.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
All right, Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Make sure you pick up that backpack today.
All right, coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. Appreciate everybody in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Thanks to everybody, too, that bought Girl Scout cookies for my daughter, by the way. That was very cool of you
Shout
guys,
out.
so I appreciate it. Like I said, the link's in there if you want some. Shipping's a little pricey. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. It's like $10, $11 or $12, whatever that number is. It's a little pricey, but if you like the cookies, all you got to do is push a couple
Just
buttons.
order 100. And then it's like,
Make it a better value.
It's like 1%.
Yeah, if you like the cookies, all you got to do is push a couple buttons. They'll show up at your door in a couple days. So it seems pretty easy. Woodward Sports chat thread at East411. The trainers are the backbones. No, they are, no doubt. I see them all the time. Shout out to the trainers. I know you love this, KG.
Yeah.
Real cream of wheat. Neil's EV runs off his arrogance.
Yeah. I can see that.
You wish.
I wish. I'd have 100% battery.
Right, that
it would
should
never
never
go
die.
down. I'd be charging while I was driving.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It
Danny.
would blow up. It'd be overcharged.
Right.
I mean, you can't. It should be
That's true. That's
Real
true.
snowflake shit.
Yep. Danny G, I love the EV slander comments. Me too. I think they're hilarious.
They are hilarious.
I know, it's funny.
You ain't the only one dancing.
Yeah. Chuck Brewer, Neil's your dealer, but no free sample to get you hooked.
Yeah.
It's a brand name, everybody.
Right. Gotta pay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much touched on it all. I know.
Well, see you later.
No, I like this what Spenny had with the NFL GM video on what makes the Lions better than anyone. Because it's bars.
Yep, absolutely.
But I want to do it its justice. You want to punt that one till tomorrow,
Yeah,
Spenny?
we can punt that one tomorrow. We can just go over and just do this segment through. We'll do Feldman right before we sign off.
You want to do it that way?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We haven't had an Ask DMAC in a while. So if you got some questions for DMAC, almost like a pseudo mailbag segment. You ever had the ear of a 4-time Stanley Cup champion? You do now. So if you have any questions for DMAC, for all the new folks that are tapped in and listening, my G, well, go Lions. No doubt. 313 Thug Boss. Shout out Big Neil and DMAC. No, shout out to you guys, man. You guys, this is crazy what's going on here at Woodward.
Can I make a comment real quick? We're going to talk more of it on the heavyweights, 5 to 7, Monday through Friday. Shout out, check it out. The Pistons last night, the big win over the Knicks. Knicks a good team in the East. Malik Beasley, obviously 6 of 8 from 3. Asar had a great game. Obviously, Cade Cunningham with 36, where he had 4 fouls in the first half and went into the second half, scored 18 points in the third quarter to get them back in the game and get them the lead. At the end of the game, Malik Beasley hit the 2 threes back-to-back to win the game. What's going overlooked is Tim Hardaway Jr. getting the assist on both of those.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham draws the double team, kicks it to Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway makes the extra pass to Malik Beasley in the corner both times, passing up good shots for great shots.
Yeah.
The hot hand, Malik Beasley hits them both. Pistons walk out of there with a win. Shout out to Tim Hardaway Jr. Veteran move, unselfish move. Like I said, passing up good shots for great shots.
He's been good this year for the Pistons.
Yes.
Trajan Langdon, everybody.
Yeah.
Trajan
How do
Langdon.
you pronounce his name, Spenny?
Trajan Langdon.
There it is.
Yes.
Right.
That's still wild. Like you thought that's how his name was.
I didn't know who he was. Fully admit.
Yeah.
Now you do. You
The
got a picture
Alaskan
with him,
assassin. You
apologize.
put some respect
you
on
better
his
recognize.
name. Right.
No, I get it. I understand. I definitely understand. Tadon in the chat, Commanders fan.
Shout out.
Y'all got fans like this underestimating this team. Commanders fan here. We're gonna upset you Saturday. Book it.
Hey, what's his name?
Tadon. Yep.
Tadon? Your mama call you Tadon?
Mama call Tadon. I'm
over under 250 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for Detroit Lions running backs.
What?
250 and a half and 3.5 touchdowns. I'm going over on both of those.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going to be belt to ass.
Yeah.
I really do too.
250 is aggressive.
You
But
know
they're
it
going to be
is.
over 200 all-purpose. They're going to be over 200 rushing yards, and they're going to have over 3 touchdowns from running backs.
We'll have to bust out that Caesar Sportsbook app. I wonder what Daniels is to throw a pick. It's got to be minus 160.
I wonder what Al-Quadin Muhammad is to record an interception.
That's, yeah.
They wouldn't even have it.
They wouldn't have it. No.
They would never. Email them and tell them, hey, what are you offering?
What are you offering? What do I got?
Yeah, what are you offering for this $30 bet? I'm in. 100% I'm in. Well, good thing, and I'll say this to you too, Tadon. Good thing we're not playing. The Lions are playing. They are not underestimating you.
Yeah.
Tadon says, why are y'all so confident? Because we're the best team in the NFC. We've been the best team in the NFC all year. We're the number 1 seed. That's why we're confident. Because we've got a backfield that's going to run all over you. That's why we're confident. Because you have the 30th worst rushing defense in the NFL. That's why we're confident.
Because when you put that extra guy up in the box, we got Jared Goff, MVP-ish guy. We got
MVP
Amon-Ra,
adjacent.
St. Brown, James Williams, Sam Laporta, Gibbs out of the background. Oh, how about Gibbs? Just a little loop around.
And Tadon says in the Woodward Sports Chat, what makes y'all think this is different? It's not different. we're going to do what we did all year, which is belt to ass inferior teams. So it's not different at all. You're right.
It's exactly the same.
Exactly the
and
same.
And Tadon, I would just ask you the question, where are you better? Give me an area where the Commanders are better. One. Give me one. Quarterback. We have an MVP candidate at
not
quarterback.
better at quarterback.
You don't
Not
have a better
even close.
quarterback.
And Jayden Daniels is phenomenal rookie. Not even close.
Not in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not saying he can't get there, but not for the foreseeable future. He ain't.
Yeah.
Like, again, Tadon, like, that's why. Like, why do you ignore data? Why do you ignore reality?
Data.
He's a fan. That's why.
Yeah. No, I respect, like.
So am I.
Yeah.
But I use data to determine what I think.
And the data is in our favor. So, I mean, it just is what it is. But
And I respect the Commanders fans.
Yeah,
You guys aren't, right hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Not going to be singing that this week, but I respect you more than Vikings fans. I respect you more than Packers fans. You guys had a great start. I like Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Like Dan Quinn a lot. Like Jayden Daniels a lot. I'm a fan of Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
But it's you
I
guys
don't
are
have
walking
hate
into
for
a
this
different
team
league.
other than you're in our way.
Yep.
yeah. I said it on the morning show. Unfortunately, you're in the Lions story right now. So y'all had a cute season, and it's great. Y'all deserve it, but you're in the Lions story right now. And the Lions aren't stopping until they get to the Super Bowl.
No, and that's it. And again, Tadon, you don't understand. I think nationally, the national media, even the network that's putting on the broadcast, does not fully have a grasp what that stadium is going to be like. Yeah. And then, by the way, times that by 5 the next weekend.
And Tadon, it's not disrespect. It's just the facts.
Facts are mean, kid.
We are a better team in every facet of football. We have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. You have one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL.
Does Vegas at -9.5
They're
not
being
mean
disrespectful.
something in this to anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, like, as far like it, and it'd probably be a one-score game, but the game's not going to be in question, Neil.
And Tadon, you may feel the same as fans, but we know it's this way by stats, by performance, and by players. So, like, you could feel that you're going to win for sure. We know we're going to win because we're better.
Kalamazoo, look at Washington's schedule. Every team they beat had a losing record but the Eagles, and they lost their quarterback in the first quarter. So we'll go through it again. I tried to put you guys on this with the Vikings. You fought back and everything. We all saw what happened. It was all over in 8 days for the Vikings. Over. Like on the golf course, going to Cancun over. OVA. It was absolutely over. So that's exactly where we're at. Spenny, let the fans walk.
The live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. Make sure you tap into them live at Hayes Social. Me and Easy on the watch party. Anson and Stick on the post-game show as always. Presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Woodward Sports is doing Lions coverage better than anybody in the state.
Absolutely. And FeldmanAuto.com is doing cars better than anybody in the state. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi because they're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer. AKG, I got a news alert. Global EV sales up 25%.
Oh, I thought it read you're a snowflake.
No, I clicked on it. That's what it said in the headline, but I clicked on the story, and then that's what it said.
So it's a world full of snowflakes.
But anyway, anyway. Hey, what if you don't want an EV? Cool. They got you covered there as well. Just go to FeldmanAuto.com. If you don't want a Chevy, you want a Kia, you want a Ford, FeldmanAuto.com. Car is the part where you want a car, it's FeldmanAuto.com. It's pretty simple, FeldmanAuto.com. Well, that'll do it for today. We appreciate everybody tapping into the show, especially the Commanders fans. We'll be here all week, everybody. Come back tomorrow. Just make sure you come back tomorrow.
Y'all come back now. You hear what's tomorrow's top 5?
Ooh,
did we have it? And I forgot. You know what I just realized, too? Someone said in the chat we forgot about RIP Tuesday.
We did.
No, we didn't. We did the whole fucking show. R.I.P. Tuesday. Hit the gong, Kenny, because it's the fucking Vikings.
You right.
Around.
Hold on, I got you.
Multiples.
Here.
I got you.
Hey, Vikings. Hey, Packers. Hey, Vikings.
Oh, sorry, the button's a little slow.
Hey, Vikings and Packers.
And Tadon says, I'll be back. No, we know you'll be back this week. I'm saying make sure you come back on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you come back up.
Oddly enough, the Vikings and the Packers fans are gone.
Vikings fans, Packers fans. I don't see
No,
it.
funny boy Roddy tried to pop in here yesterday after 2 weeks thinking shit was sweet. Shit not sweet, bro.
I know.
But shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate it.
Freddie Felt 313. Top 5 stripper names?
I'm down.
I'm so down.
You down, D-Mac?
I gotta get it down to 5.
This is the week. It should be a top 10, Neil. Top 5 stripper names. There it is.
All
Set
right,
it in
just
stone.
for you guys.
I'll do a couple of them in the strip club DJ.
There we go.
You want one right now?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right.
And this one is off the board.
This. Well,
go with a whole bunch of cards.
I was gonna use it.
All right, you can use it.
All right, here it is. All right. That's right. We're back at insert strip club name here. There's some clouds forming outside right now. Welcome to the stage. It's Storm.
There we go. Not bad.
All done like that.
Not bad.
Thank
Strip
you.
club announcer in your past life. Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's his fallback.
Yeah.
You're right.
If this all goes away tomorrow,
Hey, you always got to.
you know where they don't care about a past?
Yeah, they don't.
Strip club.
That's nice, dude.
I'm just saying.
You didn't strike me as somebody that frequented a shitload of strip clubs in your day, but
Danny G, Neil sleeping on the couch tonight. My wife doesn't watch the show.
Yeah.
Plus, I wasn't there. I just.
Right.
I mean, I have been to one in the past.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a male. We have friends that got
Don't
married.
let her find out about your deja vu days. Man.
Hey, Saginaw.
Hey.
75 beautiful women and 3 ugly ones. It said it on the door.
Hey.
So there you go. Spanny.
Hey,
Listen. You talking to the real ones. You talking to afternoon shift people.
shout out Collie.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes from my house.
Tell them about the buffet, Spanny.
No, they serve the best food in the afternoon. So
Those
you
lamb
better stop
chops.
playing the lamb chops.
Steak bites.
You'll never get better lamb
All
chops
right,
than
that's
a strip
enough.
We
club.
brought a whole cheesecake up to the booth one time.
I'm for real, man.
Well, that's right. We're getting a cheesecake up here in the booth.
Ask BT's about me.
My boy Paulie goes hard.
Zach, so
crazy at
ask Terry
BT.
Foster. Sorry, D-Mac. You got to cut it down to 5.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it, though. Thanks
Ask
for tapping in.
LaChambre about me.
Big T Energy. I'll see you later.